Hey guys, it's Ryan from OB Training and Sports Performance, and I'm here today with Coach Duras from the New Hartford Lady Spartans, who we had the pleasure of working with this summer and training in the off-season right up until their season started in the fall. So we want to talk with him today about their experience and how their season's turning out. Coach?
So we had a bunch of girls participate in the preseason program, and feedback for them was very positive. I was just talking to them a little bit about it, and they felt like the training was excellent. They felt that they were well prepared going into tryouts. In terms of going in tryouts, we were, extremely well prepared. In my years of coaching school soccer, this is the most fit that I've had the girls come in, and that's a huge benefit. Felt like.
Yeah, John Bennick, the athletic director, was telling me that on the pre-testing assessments, they were scoring way higher than they had in the past.
Yeah, I brought some numbers just to refer to here, but going from 2015, 2016, I looked at, we assessed strength with push-ups, sit-ups, squat thrusts, and those were up, 36%, 12%, 18%, just a big jump. And in terms of some of our running activities, their 400 times were much faster, and the biggest one I noticed was in our beep test, the intermittent recovery test, that, their results were up 25%. Their average in 2015 was they got to level 17 as a team. This year they're up to level 21, which is just a huge improvement for them, and that's a real important skill, that quick movement and recovery.
Yeah, and that's awesome too that you guys are keeping track of that. I don't think enough coaches necessarily think about tracking those measurements, because then we definitely see the improvement of the team, year after year as the girls advance. So that's great.
And along those lines as well is to get them ready for their preseason training at the beginning of the summer. I gave them a printout of what last season's numbers were, how they did in the 400, the mile, the beep test, so that they had some goals to work towards as they were working with you in their training, and they had something to work towards when they got to tryouts.
Yeah, I think that's great for them, especially with the way when they're doing something that they have a reason for doing it. So the more that they know about why this is going to help them get better, it's much more impactful with the training.
Yeah, I agree.
And then also we talked a little bit earlier about injuries. You said you haven't had nearly any of those aching injuries that you normally get going into a preseason.
Yeah, typically in years past when girls come into tryouts, we get started right away with very intense physically. And we always have some overuse injuries, and pulled quads and hamstrings are one of the most common things. And this year I thought we did very well. We have none of those injuries. And so that's great, because if they come in and they pick up an injury early in preseason, a lot of times they're struggling with that throughout the beginning of the season. It's tough to recover from. So I felt like that preparation really paid off in terms of injury prevention.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you for your time, Coach.
No problem. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Look forward to next year.
Thank you.
So we're here with some of the girls from the New Hartford Lady Spartans, and we're going to talk to them about how their training went this summer. So girls, tell me, how did you enjoy the training this summer?
I loved it.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Did you notice that you had improvements coming into the season?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
You feel stronger?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely felt more prepared.
Yeah.
Like, physically.
Going into tryouts was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
During tryouts, we were definitely less sore than before.
Yeah.
Preseason's not as hard when you train for it, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
What about on the field during the games? How did you feel in terms of your endurance and things like that?
I felt like I could keep up with more of the girls,
Yeah,
and then it was a harder competition for them to keep up with us.
it's good.
I felt like less tired. Like I felt like I can go for a lot longer time and not need a sub.
Yeah, and then Coach said that you guys all performed a lot better on your assessments, right?
Yeah, he gave like a list of statistics from last year to this year, and
Can you remember last year doing those tests compared to this year?
Yeah.
Torture.
definitely it was bad.
Torture last year?
It was bad
Definitely,
both
yeah.
times, but it was less bad.
Is less bad.
Yeah.
See, I think that's a good way to put it. So what would you tell someone who's never done any sort of preseason training about your experience, or why it's good for them to do it?
Well, I think it's like definitely worth it, because you will see an improvement, like not only physically but in the game, because like all those aspects like all have to do with the game. So.
Very good. Anyone else?
I would definitely like try it out, even if you don't like it. It's worth going. And
Because
your friends are there too. Get a friend or two,
Yeah.
and you'll
You're
have
gonna
fun.
like it no matter what.
You'll have fun. Yeah.
Each training session, I just found myself like upping the weights and wanting to do more.
Yeah.
So it was like a more
Yeah.
supportive environment. I loved it.
Sounds good. Anything else you want to add?
I thought it was really good because we were together as a team, so it wasn't like individual training. So your teammates were there to push you
Yeah.
instead of just yourself.
So we always say you do better when you have your teammates around you.
Yeah,
Someone
I
else to push
definitely
you.
would have done that alone.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's
it's
good.
better.
Thank you very much for training. You got to grab the rest of your team over here, and we're going to do one big group shot.
All right.
We are the Spartans, and we are the athlete within.